Hey family, Dr. Dandridge here. Nurse Julie was absolutely correct. Death will more than likely come this holiday season, but we do not have to approach it with fear. We can actually approach it with intention. So let's look a little bit at what she says, and then we're going to come back and talk about how we can approach anticipatory grief during this holiday season and other times of the year that might seem a little bit important to us. So let's watch together and then let's talk, okay?
This might sound like an old wives' tale, but there is scientific evidence that proves more people really do die around the holidays. And here's why. In science, they actually call this the holiday effect. Let's break this down. What happens is people will maybe have symptoms, maybe have chest pain. They're not feeling that great, but because it's the holidays, they don't want to ruin the holiday and have to go to the hospital, go to urgent care, go see the doctor. So they put it off. Or they put it off because doctors' offices are closed for the holidays, right? It's harder to get in to see doctors because it's the holidays. So everyone waits till after the holiday when really they might have needed immediate care right then. There's also, as we all know, stress and pressure related to the holidays. So not everyone has families they love being around. I hate even saying that, but I know many of you listening know it's true. Being around your family, and especially your family a lot over the holidays, an extended family, a bunch of friends, right? That's wonderful, and it can be hard. And sometimes you don't get along with Uncle Al, and being around Uncle Al makes your blood pressure go up, and there can literally be cardiac events because of this stress and pressure. Not only is there stress and pressure because of being around family and emotional stuff going on, but also there's loneliness, there's grief surrounding the holidays, and those things can truly increase like stress hormones. They can be difficult on your heart, literally, right? So you might be heartbroken emotionally, but that also can physically affect your heart. There's also changes in routine, right? We have off of work, right? So we're not on work, which is great, we're not working. But because we are usually not on our usual schedule, we're eating differently, we're sleeping differently, maybe eating poorly, maybe sleeping poorly, maybe drinking a little too much, right? Those things also lead into this factor of more incidents of death. And these last two can kind of play together. So there's seasonal illness. So December and January are high times for the flu, RSV, pneumonia, COVID-19. They're higher in prevalence, right? And then also we're all together, right? We're in large groups a lot. So we're passing these illnesses around. So these illnesses are higher in December and January, which causes more deaths, particularly in elderly adults or anyone immunocompromised, because things like the flu, COVID, pneumonia will hit those populations harder and cause more damage and sometimes lead to death. And lastly, the winter weather. Now, not everyone lives in cold weather during the winter, but people who do, cold weather hits the heart and lungs a little different. Just breathing cold air can increase the risk of heart attacks. And then not only are you breathing cold air, but you're shoveling snow or you're brushing off your car, you're doing strenuous work, and sometimes your heart cannot handle that strenuous work, specifically in the cold weather. So when you put all of those things that I just mentioned together, right? The cold weather, the increase in illness, the increase in stress, and then the delay in care, all of those things together increase in death around the holidays, the holiday effect.
I came across this powerful video by Nurse Julie, and as someone who's been a hospice chaplain for many years, I've seen this firsthand. The holidays bring up memories, emotions, and sometimes goodbyes. So today I want to unpack why this happens, what it means spiritually and emotionally, and how you can prepare if you believe this may be your last holiday with someone you love. Nurse Julie explained something many healthcare professionals have noticed. More people tend to pass away around the holidays. Now, it's not superstition. It's actually rooted in a mix of emotional and physical realities. Cold weather brings more illness. The flu, pneumonia, even heart complications spike during winter months. People gather more closely, and with that, viruses spread faster. But there's also an emotional layer. The holidays are full of stress, shopping, cooking, traveling, pretending everything's fine when it's not. For people whose bodies are already tired, all that stress can take a toll. But here's something I've seen time and time again in hospice care. And Nurse Julie said it so well. Some people wait to die. They hold on until after Christmas dinner, until after one last visit from the grandkids, until after the new year comes in. I've seen patients who seemed ready to go, but something in them said not yet. Then, once they saw everyone happy and together, they let go peacefully, almost as if they were waiting for permission. That's not coincidence. That's love. That's will. That's grace. So, if you've ever had a loved one who waited to die until after the holidays, I want you to know that was their gift to you. They weren't trying to make you sad, they were trying to protect you, to let you experience one last Christmas meal, one more laugh, one more photo where everyone was still together. Be appreciative of that. Be gentle with that memory. When someone holds on that long, it tells you something powerful. Even at the end of life, love still has purpose. Now, I want to talk to those who are sensing right now, deep down, that this might be the last holiday with someone you love. Maybe mom's health is declining. Maybe your spouse is fighting something terminal. Maybe dad's memory is fading faster than before. Here's what I want to tell you. Don't get stuck in fear. Get rooted in presence. Don't spend the whole season trying to control what's coming. Spend it cherishing what's here. Laugh at the same old jokes. Make the same favorite dishes. Take pictures even if they feel bittersweet. Say I love you more times than you think you need to. Sometimes the greatest act of love is to be fully present even when your heart knows goodbye is coming. Here's the thing. Grief doesn't wait for the new year to arrive, but hope doesn't leave just because someone does. If this season brings tears, let them flow. Tears don't dishonor the holiday. No, they sanctify it. They remind you that love still matters, that connection still counts, that the story isn't over. Remember, endings are sacred too. And sometimes those last moments, those final holidays become the best memories that you can carry for a lifetime. Listen, if this conversation touched you today, I invite you to go watch the full video of Nurse Julie as she gives a little bit more advice from her experience as a hospice nurse and death around the holidays. It's so insightful and heartfelt. I'm going to have it at the end screen so that you can go directly to it. And if you're navigating anticipatory grief this season, I want you to get my book, Designing Your Goodbyes, because I do believe that it can help you prepare both spiritually and practically for what comes next. You can find it on Amazon as well as inside of the description. Finally, I'd love for you to join my channel and become a part of this growing community of people learning to live, love, and grieve with grace. Until next time, this has been Dr. Dandridge. Thank you for joining me at my desk. This has been Designing Your Goodbyes. May peace meet you right where you are. May love remind you that you're never walking through grief alone. And I pray that this holiday season is more blessed than the holidays you've had before.